Road. There's an existing median opening on Hypoluxo Road. It's right in, right out, left in, left out. In addition, it is a gated community. We have the required recreational area. We have a beautiful lake as you enter the community, and we have our townhouse product. This product is a 2-story product. So if you think about the Hypoluxo corridor and what we're asking for as far as density goes, Hypoluxo is a major east-west connector road in Palm Beach County. There's an interchange at I-95. There's a planned future interchange at the Florida Turnpike. And then directly in front of the project is 110 feet of right-of-way, a 6-lane median divided highway. A little bit of history on our community outreach. And on February 8th, the developer met with the Ranches Road community. We took a postponement from our Board of County Commissioner hearing in February, so that in March we could have the district commissioner met with the residents, and then on March 8th we had a follow-up meeting with the developer, with the Ranches Road community, and with the district commissioner's office. And then on March 28th, when the project was presented to the board, that's when the board, instead of adopting MR5, they adopted LR3 with the conditions that I just presented, and I'm sure staff will go over as well. In conclusion, we're requesting a recommendation of approval. Staff is supporting the Class A conditional use, and that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer, a question for you. Is that intersection, there's no intention to signalize that intersection on Hypoluxo, no. Is there? There's no trigger for that?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, staff? Presentation?
This application was presented previously and was very thoroughly presented just now, so unless the board wants a presentation, we're fine with just moving forward as is.
Everybody good? Everybody's good? Okay, thank you. We do have a card.
Carl Terwilliger, and I apologize.
Actually, you got it right. Terwilliger. 5782 Ranches Road, just down the road from this. You're treating this as if it's not part of our community, as if it's somewhere down the road, a vacant lot. It is part of our community, and we've been walled off already on the full western half of our community by Osprey Oaks, and we want it to stop at Osprey Oaks. This is 9 acres, as you know. It was zoned for 1 unit per acre. I am not thoroughly opposed to increasing the density, but I think that we are not getting the best deal out of this. They're putting the lake in the middle of their development instead of on our side. My view is build your townhouses, and that's just me, along Hypoluxo Road, your townhouses and your workforce housing, and then have your last 4 or 5 acres on our side be either where the lake, surrounded by native cypress, maple, pine, and oak trees as our buffer instead of a wall, or have 1 acre lots. So we'll divide it essentially in half. I think that's a good compromise. I don't care how many units they put on the Hypoluxo Road strip, but I do care about what I have to look at, and the fact that having those townhouses right up on our Ranches Road will ruin the quality of our lives. It'll be too much noise, it'll be too much light. Right now we have nice dark evenings with a few lights around people's homes. That will change, and I don't want it to change. I like our community where we have 1 to 5 acre lots where people can have agriculture. They can serve mangoes to the local community. I grow native plants, other people have horses, and I think that's important for each area to have either a park, which we don't have, or a community where people can come and relax, ride their bikes, bring their children. It's sort of off the point, but anyway, our community serves not just us, but everybody around us. And I'd like you to at least keep their density on Hypaluxo Road higher and on our side lower. So this is a win-win. We both get what we want, but I believe 69 units is pie in the sky. $400,000 per unit is certainly not workforce housing. Creating workforce housing for rental, maybe some teachers will be able to afford what they're charging for rental, but I think the purpose is to have housing that people can buy into and move up in their lives.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question for you. Did you meet with the agent, the representative?
Yes, I went to both meetings, and they haven't really budged other than add a couple feet onto the onto our side and offer us a wall, and I don't want another wall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I have a quick question for Ms. Morton, if I might ask, and perhaps a follow-up to staff. So Jennifer, is that eastbound right-in, is there a deceleration lane planned for that?
I believe so, yes. I'll
I
confirm
can't tell
that.
from the
Yeah.
document. So there is a decel lane, and then to staff, this application meets all the traffic standards, performance standards?
Yeah, actually, there is no turn lane for this because it doesn't qualify. It's a very low
Oh,
volume,
okay.
only
Sorry.
10 vehicles turning
Is
right.
there right away there, though, by any chance?
They have to dedicate right of way for that right turn lane, but they don't need it. It's the standard is 75 vehicles for the right turn, and there will be only 10 vehicles making a right. So it's well below the threshold.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Kelly?
Through the chair. For the applicant, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate the efforts that you've put forth to speak to the stakeholders and all involved parties, and I'd also like to commend staff. Thank you very much for your work on this project and bringing it back to us. I appreciate that.
We still have another card or two.
Roxanne Ald.
I'm Roxanne Ald. I live at 5705 Ranches Road, Lake Worth. My property is right next door to this. I go road to road, from Hypaluxo to Ranches. I have 2.5 acres, and it's agriculture. It has been for 45 years. I've been there. This is horrendous what they're planning on putting next to me. I have chickens that crow all night and all day. I have other animals I'm raising. I have peacocks. I have everything there. And I've been there that long. I am grandfathered in. I'm not going anywhere. If I were from New York and I wanted to move into that place, I wouldn't do it. And they have got to disclose that. I have a real estate background, and I know that. It's going to be a mess. And there is no deceleration lane. That's my driveway right next to it. I have a driveway off of Hypaluxo Road. And one down from me is a small driveway from Winston Trails. It's their side driveway where they have a little light there, and it's, I think it's regulated by traffic, and also a bus stop for kids on the other side of the road. This is going to mess that up because it's going to back all the way up there. This is 69 times 2, twice a day, minimum traffic trips. It's horrible. Right now I have trouble getting out of my driveway. I didn't when I moved there. That is a double lane divided highway out in front of my house on Hypaluxo. The other side of Ranches Road is a nice country road. There's no way this is going to work. I understood LR3 to mean 3 houses per acre, not, there we go, the 69 townhouses again. Totally out of place. We are an agriculture community with some this, that in there, and everybody's cohesive. Everybody's been there a long time. They want to live their lives out there. They don't want this stuff next to us that doesn't even fit there. And how they would sell these houses for, I think housing is a 175 to 2 something for workforce housing prices. Well, I don't know anybody that would build that in there because it won't fit with the rest of their community, and also they won't be able to budget it out. we were told that this was not going to work for them because at their meetings and all, where they said, we will bury you, that's what they said at their meetings. They were not going to work with us at all. We will bury you was their mantra. And they said it to several people in our group here. They just want to build whatever they can on that land. They don't care about anything else around them. And they just want to destroy our whole way of life. Nobody in that whole community that we live in wants them in there. And it's across the street from Winston Trails, on the other side of Hypoluxo's Winston Trails, which they came to our Board of County Commissioners meeting and were totally opposed to this project there because it would destroy their way of life too. They have nice single-family homes. Some of them are 2 stories. Most of them are 1. Built real well around a nice little golf course and all. And this is abutting all the way up to Jog Road. Nice. They want things to stay the way they are now. They can look across and see greenery. They don't want to see 2 3-story townhouses sitting there as they are all the rest of the way to Military Trail on Hypoluxo, which is all this builder's built straight down the road. He destroyed all these
Okay.
places.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am? Ma'am?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes,
Sir? Yes, ma'am.
please.
I'm over here.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Thank you. You were mentioning Winston Trails. You don't represent them, though?
No, I don't. They
Okay,
came,
all right,
They came
you-
to our last meeting, though, at the Board of County Commissioners,
Okay.
and they were for us. They
Okay,
said
I just
they
wanted to,
represented-
you were speaking for Winston Trails. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't represent them.
No, I don't represent them. They very kindly came because they want their way of life the same as we have it now,
Thank you.
is what they told us in the minutes of that meeting.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have another card? One more card.
Last card that we have is Joseph and Mary Essa. However, they don't indicate whether they wish to speak or not speak, and they are opposed. So,
Can't hear too well and can't figure out those cards too well. But there's a project, there's a community across the street, down a little bit, that's very similar to this. If you look at that, every one of those, your zoning recommended no for density. If you look at that, every one of those houses in the community across the street that has that, every garage has either, that's the man cave office, or they put their supplies in there, or they put their little boat in there, or put their car in there in one of the garages, and they have the other car. Then they have 2 or 3 cars or the kids' cars out front. So the units that are across the street down the way, at nighttime, they're all parked in the grass in front on both sides. That's what your density, why I think your density said, recommended that was too many units, because what happens is you got your cars and you get your kids, your mother-in-law, or whoever's living there, and they fill up all those parking spaces, and there's no other room to park there. On the unit across the street, if you drive through there at night, you couldn't get a fire truck through there. You know how big the new fire ambulances are? You couldn't fit one through there because of the density. And so one objection, the high density I object to. Also, at the meeting, I asked for light pollution lights and a wall on the other side where the church is, because we have a canal all the way, excuse me, we have a canal all the way around us in our community, and that gives us some sense of security. I asked for, if they're going to do that, to put a wall on that side, and they said no, but they would put a fence. I don't know if they have to do that anyway, but so I just think the density is a little bit too high. And that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay.
If I may, a couple comments. So if you recall, the zoning division recommended denial of this application. The planning division recommended denial of this application. The planning commission recommended an alternative, which was the LR3 land use designation with the purchase of TDRs, and that's what the board ultimately adopted. The original staff report that we presented to you had zoning conditions of approval requesting that lake move from its location down to along the southern property line, as one of the public speakers commented on, to provide a greater separation from the density. However, that was removed as part of add delete at the Board of County Commissioners. But really, when we're talking about density, this is the same number that planning recommended denial against and zoning recommended denial against. The only difference is, the Board of County Commissioners adopted the future land use amendment. So therefore, this is the zoning applications that are needed to implement that adoption. However, that moving the lake along the southern property line would have established a greater separation and buffer and transition, because I don't know if you've been following some of our agenda items at the board about commercial vehicles. There's a lot of conversation consistently about urban, suburban folks moving into rural or ex-urban areas and then calling code enforcement because they don't like the rooster or the pig or the commercial vehicle that might be next door. So that was a technique that we attempted last time this was before the board, to move that lake down and have that separation. But that is not in the proposal. The applicant didn't support.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. Board?
May I ask Ms. Morton why they didn't support the moving the lake to accommodate the neighboring properties?
Yes, Jennifer Morton with J. Morton Planning and Landscape Architecture. By moving the lake to the south, it affected our density, so we weren't able to get the 69 units. Also, we want a nice quality project for the people that live here as well. We're proposing a 2-story townhouse. That's not offensive. To a lot of people, that's their first house, is a townhouse. And we already have, there's a 60-foot Ranches Road right-of-way. We have a 30-foot buffer, and each unit had a 25-foot rear setback. So our units are set 60 feet back from the property line. So we felt that we increased our landscape buffer, we added the wall, we have landscaping, but we want a quality project for the people that are ultimately going to live here. And I think that by moving the lake and having more back-to-back units, it really devalues the quality of the project being presented. So we were kind of trying to balance both. We're trying to address the residents' concerns while at the same time being able to deliver a quality project.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to make a motion, Mr. Chair, if you're ready to hear one.
Okay. Any other comments from anyone? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the application.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion to approve from Commissioner Groman, seconded from Commissioner Scarborough. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so we have 4 approvals and 2. Can we raise our hands?
Yeah, I think because this is complicated, because I believe Commissioner Beatty's
Is
recusing
recused,
himself.
Right?
So it might be best to do a roll call in this
Yeah.
situation.
All right, let's do a roll call, please.
John, excuse me, John Kern?
Nay.
Mike Kelly?
Yay.
Glenn Groman?
Yes.
Sherry Scarborough?
Yes.
Lisa Revis?
No.
Alex Brumfield?
Yes.
Mark Beatty? Oh, he's the one that's on
Recused.
recusal. And Jess Sowers?
Yes.
5-7
Okay.
for approval.
Okay, yeah, we can do that out of order, I think.
5 to 2. Please, then.
Okay, we need a motion to remove the items 7A and B.
That was
Right?
part of
Do we need
the-
that?
That was part of the
Okay.
add delete.
Okay,
That's automatic.
So that was on 7C, that motion.
okay, all right. All right, moving on, I guess comments from county attorney,
No comments.
zoning director?
No comments.
Thank you. Planning director,
No comments.
executive director, and commissioners. Welcome aboard. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Anybody want to keep going? All right, thank you, everyone.